Hello everyone, my name is SVPKingBee, and this is week 2 of my fitness and health journey in Pokemon Go. If this is your first episode, these videos are about my accountability to my fitness goals, and I started a new Pokemon Go account to help with my motivation to adhere to them. I'll be updating you on how I go and how I'm progressing in the game. This week marks the start of the Pokemon Go Fashion Week, so there's some cool Pokemon with accessories floating around to catch. Let's see how the week played out. Oh boy, there's no easy way to say this. I hardly did anything the first 4 days of the week. Monday, it was raining, so I kind of intended to just make it a day off, as last Sunday's community day ended up being a big one. But the other days were all about my own mental challenges. On Tuesday, I didn't want to go out, and I figured I could catch up on my goals through the rest of the week. On Wednesday, I had a minor mental breakdown and spent more than half the day in bed. And unfortunately on Thursday, I felt no better. Now, it's not that I did nothing in the game. In fact, coming up into Friday, I had caught quite a few Pokemon, including a 100% Froakie and Skitty, both of which I evolved to help complete some of the research available. And a Furfrou snuck into my house just to photobomb me. I just struggled in the early part of this week to actually leave the house. I have been encouraged that one of the best cures for this is to just leave the house and exercise. And I'll do my best to do this moving forward, but it's not always easy. But in saying that, nothing worth doing ever is. I did mention that this might happen sometimes. Unfortunately, it happened sooner than I expected, and for longer than I expected. I had a house inspection booked today, and honestly, it was a good thing as it helped to get me going. Usually, they're limited to Saturdays, but due to restrictions in Victoria, I'm happy making exceptions to let more people see the house. Plus, I need it sold soon, so there's that. Honestly, it's a good motivation. I'm already out of the house, I should take a walk. And my friend lent me this wall mural to display partway down the hallway as part of making the home look a little better. And I got a cool photo of a Furfrou with it. Since my friend was already here, she came on the walk with me. I was out of the house for maybe 40 minutes, only because it started to rain. Nuts. Well, we took over a gym, and we tried our hand at a 3-star raid battle. It did not go well. I'm used to that being shall we say, a little bit easier, because my previous account that I had before, I was at level 37 and had much more powerful Pokemon. But look, it happens. A short walk and a conversation with a friend though, it's always helpful. I then streamed Diablo 2 Remastered when I realised that I'd messed up the release date for it. It was that morning, not the next morning. And I finished out the day playing Phasmophobia with a friend that I hadn't talked to all year. My housemate and I went out together when the house inspections were on. We jumped in his 4-wheel drive and he said, and I quote, "I want to do something naughty." Hey, don't be creepy, not like that. No, I thought he wanted McDonald's. That's usually what he says for that. Turns out, he wanted to drive through mud puddles. Well, who was I to say no? I was trapped in the car at this point. I did place the proviso that we go for a walk while we were there, so I got some exercise in and hatched a lot of eggs. He drove across the train tracks to a muddy place and we ran through a bunch of puddles. You're watching the footage now. We had a few dips and we just did some light adventuring. It was good fun. His car was an absolutely filthy brown by the end, and we washed it down a little before heading home and playing D&D online with some of our friends, and at night trying out the new Devour map with another group of friends. That one's really creepy. If you're into horror games, I highly recommend it. Today was another short walk, but it was an absolutely gorgeous day outside. It was coldish, 16 degrees Celsius, but the sun was lovely and warm. I went around the block a bit and caught a few more Pokemon. This 100% Croagunk is potentially a really good find. And I like his hat. I think I'm coming around to a general plan at this point in the game. I'm only going to look at 100% powered Pokemon to raise fully, and for the moment, I'll battle with the high CP Pokemon that I find and catch. It will be a long process, but the 100% Pokemon, rare though they are, will be common enough that I can justify the wait and save up a lot of Stardust in the meantime. And I think I might be able to pick and choose the 100% Pokemon that I raise. While Skitty might not be good enough to raise, maybe Croagunk is. I'm not sure, I'm still looking into the details of which ones I should go for. And this might change. I might have gotten lucky in getting so many 100%ers this week. So it might change, but for now that's the goal. Unfortunately though, after a good start last week, I'm nowhere near the 25km goal this week, capping in at 6.7 kilometers of walking. But I've had some encouragement from people who know me well, and I'll be honest, looking back on this week, I still feel proud. Last week I went out for 4 days, something I haven't done in a very long time, and this week I still got out for the last 3 days of the week. It's still more than I was doing previously, and I am at least a little proud of that. I want to do better, but I accept that that might be a slow process. You might have wondered why I mentioned my gaming activities a lot of this week. It's because it seemed relevant to another part of me, my mental health. I feel I made some good mental health choices, at least later in the week. Reconnecting with people, playing games with different groups of friends, the 4-wheel driving, it's all positive. I'm ending this week feeling light and happy, and I count this as a win ultimately. So as long as it doesn't rain, I'm definitely going out for a walk tomorrow morning. I do have exams this week on Monday and Thursday, so I don't know how those will affect me. I'll just have to wait and see. Here's our final stats for the week. Game-wise, not a terrible week. There's so much more I want to achieve, both fitness-wise and game-wise, and I'm really looking forward to working towards it. But for now, my name is SVP, talking on a KingBee, and I'm buzzing out. Ciao for now.